been 20 years since the Alfa Romeo made its way into the United States. And you might ask, how come so long? We probably have to thank the merging of Fiat and Chrysler. That made one thing possible, bringing the awesome Alfa Romeo 4C back to a global audience. You might ask, well, what's so special about this car? How fast is it actually? Well, it's a 237 horsepower, 1750cc 4-cylinder. It can reach up to 62 miles an hour from a standstill in just the mid 4-second range. Well, what are its biggest competitors? Well, the biggest competitor for Alfa Romeo is a Porsche Cayman, which comes in at about $52,600. And this Alfa Romeo that we're reviewing today comes in nearly at about $55,000. Some key facts about the Alfa Romeo are that it has a full all carbon fiber body and an engine made entirely of aluminum. There's no power steering, which means you have to be somewhat strong and hit the gym. But trust me, you're not going to need it in this car. There's a 7-inch TFT instrument cluster that changes graphics and colors depending on the drive model. For example, if you want to put it into dynamic mode, it becomes red. In natural mode, it becomes gray. In all weather, it becomes blue. And in the awesome, which is my favorite, race mode, it becomes yellow. The leather pointed interior is really great. It's really smooth, really like suede-like. However, other than that, the 4C is very basic. The 5-spoke Alpha wheels and brake calipers are available in all different colors. Let's take a look and review this awesome car. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Edgerton 32K Media. I have my buddy Sandeep here, and we have a really special treat for you guys today, and we are going to review and take you guys around for a spin in his Alfa Romeo 4C. So Sandeep, why don't you tell everybody about your experience with this car so far?
Hi guys, my name is Sandeep and I just got this about 2 months ago, and it's the Alfa Romeo 4C Launch Edition number 492. And what this car has is a 4-cylinder 1.75 liter turbocharged engine, which is in the middle of the car, so it's a mid-engine layout. Right. And it's connected to a 6-speed dual clutch. And it's a little bit of S2K and a little bit of Porsche Cayman wrapped in some Italian design.
Right, nice. So. And for you guys that don't know, I currently drive an S2000. And Sandeep here, he used to have an S2000. He had an AP2.
Yes.
Was that 2005?
Yes, yeah. Yes, 2005
so,
AP2.
You know, we come from similar driving kind of backgrounds.
Yes.
So, what do you like about this car? Do you like daily driving it? How's it, on the
Yeah, and the main reason I got this is to I love taking the car out to the canyons and stuff, and I mean, being here in Sacramento is not really too many canyons around, but there are a few back roads that you can really put the car through its paces. And for me, I really love driving this car because it does give you a chance to become a better driver than some of the other cars out there, because the steering wheel is not assisted. At the same time, the car feels a little bit I guess light in the front if you're accelerating through a corner, because all the weight is in the rear. So you have to really pay attention to the car and have to really watch out for the balancing and the cornering speeds and so forth. So you really have to pay attention to how you're driving.
Right. So you were saying it's kind of like a driver's car, right?
Yeah.
It's not really much assisting you. It's all on you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you have the ability to fully turn off the traction control, and if you're feeling brave enough, and it'll give you all the control, so you can really truly extract all the performance out of the car.
Right. So this is inline. No, it's the turbo. It's in.
Yes, it's an inline 4-cylinder.
4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah.
Right.
Turbo with 240 horsepower and about 275 torque, maybe 260. Don't quote me on that. So.
Yeah, I think one of the things I thought was interesting about this car is, since the engine it's towards the back, there's no need for a drivetrain, a drive shaft. So everything is directly putting power down to the streets, to the road. So you get that power right then and there.
Yeah, and Van brings up an interesting point. It's basically that's what you have in your front-wheel drive cars. Is you have your engine and you connect it to a transmission, and you have your drivetrain. There's no drive axle. It's the same thing, just in the middle of the car this time. And then it does give you a very quick. There's not that much drivetrain loss because you don't have those extra components that are weighing the car down, or for you to for it to be spinning. So.
And what this car weighs about what, 24?
Yeah, 2460 is what
460?
the Alpha says it weighs.
Got it. And how's the weight, the ratio? Is it 50-50 or? Is
Actually, it's 60-40.
Oh,
So
60-40,
40 in the front, 60 in the rear. Yes.
Okay. So that's pretty decent, pretty good.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, it is something that you have to kind of get used to. It is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And yeah, so definitely a driver's car.
And I think this particular model, it took a lot from like the old school Alfa Romeo, like the styling.
Yeah.
I think if you look it up, it's very similar. This is more like it's like a more modernized.
Right.
Like, it's like a mini supercar in a
Right.
sense, I think. And I think it's so true. Like, I mean, as much as I've seen pictures of it, like seeing this thing up in person, in real life, it's just like it's mind blowing. It blows you away. So. Yeah, like why don't you tell us about I mean, like you've had it for 2 months, right?
Yeah, about 2 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The owners have experiences.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah. Getting some.
We're getting some people coming over.
Yeah.
Some pictures.
Yeah. So I've owned it for about 2 years. About 2 months, and to me, it's been very good on fuel economy too, and then it's been. The weather hasn't been the best, so I haven't really gotten a chance to really put too many miles on it. But so far what I've been able to do with it is take it out and do some highway cruising and being able to drive a few miles on it. And to me, it's comfortable enough that you could take it to, have a 2 or 3 hour drive in it and not have
feel
to worry
like
about
stress,
it.
you feel
Yeah,
okay.
but just like the S2K, you have to get out once in a while and stretch because you just start getting cramps.
Right.
You don't, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like well, if there's anybody out there that wants to get an Alfa Romeo for a C, what do you recommend? What do you advise?
I would say, guys, the one thing I would recommend is to actually get out there and sit in one and test drive it. Yeah, it's very important because you have all these magazines saying, it's slow, it's too much money, but to me, it really, what completes the car is actually all the character that comes with it. And when I mean characters, I mean all the small little flaws that make it unique. And in this car, it has plenty of that. It's not very practical. It is really you and the machine, and you really do feel connected to the car when you're driving it.
Awesome. Well, I think we've done enough talking, right? So why don't we take you guys with us on a drive, and give you guys a more personal experience being in the cockpit, being in the driver's seat, and we'll let you guys go.
Yeah.
So
all right, guys.
come on.
Let's do it.
Alright, welcome back, guys. So now we are in the interior of this awesome cockpit spaceship, Alfa Romeo. And I just realized how hard it is to turn the car without power steering. You really get a workout. And I feel like I'm driving a go-kart.
Yeah, it's very low to the ground.
Yeah. And right now it's in automatic mode, right?
Yes.
So I'm not really doing anything pedal shifting wise. And, we're in the neighborhood still, so we are just cruising. Can't really do anything because we're in the neighborhood and there's a lot of kids playing around. It's kind of funny how early we were filming and then some random guys were like, "Can I take a picture of your car?" Walking right in the middle of the shoot.
You get a lot of that. You get a lot of people coming by. Yeah, just take it right here. Yeah, still kind of going through a residential area. So. We got bumps coming up there.
Slow it down. But yeah, but right away this car feels very light, and the non-power steering adds so much weight to it. Like every turn, it's like, super. Adjust this.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, but yeah, we're driving still. Sorry for the little shake in the camera.
Yeah.
Stabilize that post-production.
The car is a little stiff.
I had 2 mounts and I forgot the other mount. But yeah, it feels like a video game. Like, remember when you play a Gran Turismo?
Gran Turismo, yeah.
But then it's like real life.
Yeah, it just really reminds you of like how cars used to be in the 80s and the 90s when there was no power steering.
Yeah.
And not having gotten a chance to ever drive one besides this car, I mean, this is really my introduction to.
I mean, without power steering, that's one less component that will fail. So you don't have to worry about placing power steering on the rack or like fluid or anything like that.
Right, right, and saves weight. That's the main reason.
Yep, weight reduction. I feel like this car was built on like the theory of saving weight, like weight reduction.
Yeah.
You know, from every little detail, like saving weight was like a big goal. And I don't know about you, but I feel like this car draws a lot of attention.
Yeah.
People always look over like, what the hell is he driving? Like, wow, breaks a lot of necks. Like every guy that I'm driving by is like going like this, like whoa. So I'm going about like 45-ish, 40 in a sweeping turn, and like it's totally sticking to the road. But the thing I like most about the car so far is the turbo. When you hear the turbo,
yeah,
that intoxicating like induction noise.
It lets you know it's there. Yeah.
It's so amazing. Like I don't know if you guys can hear it, but you know when I step on it. God, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh.
It does put up a smile on your face. It makes you smile.
I feel like I've been smiling the whole time. I don't even know that I'm smiling. Oh my god. Yeah, it feels so great. I'm like trying to talk and give a review, but at the same time I'm like enjoying it so much that I'm not really talking.
This is kind of a unique experience for me too because I never get to sit on the passenger side, so this is kind of first time for me.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, take a ride actually.
And the brakes in this car are like so like sticky. You brake and it brakes like on a dime. What are the brakes in this car? Like what does it come with?
It comes with the 4 pistons in the front, and then they're pretty big. One piston in the rear.
Oh, so 4 piston front, 4 piston rear.
Well, yeah, but it being so light, it really doesn't require much of any kind of stopping. So you're not really using the brakes as much.
Oh, got it.
And it comes with a vented disc as well.
Oh, okay.
So it gives you a little bit more cooling.
Gotcha. Yeah, so explain to me what the modes are. Like how many modes are in this car and what each one do?
There's actually 4 modes. So there's all weather. So when it's raining, you want to put it in there. It cuts the boost a little bit, and then you have all the nannies on. So with traction control, everything is there. And then you have your natural mode, which the car starts out in, and then that's where you kind of drive the car most of the time in the city. Then you have in dynamic mode, which we're in right now, which makes the shifts a little bit sharper if you're driving it in auto manual. And then you also have the 4th mode, which is the race mode, which makes everything even more faster. So it also gives you the ability to launch the car, and gives you launch control there. So
I see.
So those are the 4 modes.
How many times have you actually done race mode?
I have done once, and then I put it back because it turns off everything, and it's kind of scary.
Oh really? So then if you can actually start sliding around on it?
Yeah, because the car is not gonna save you, and you're on your own.
Oh, okay.
And
so what modes does assist kick in and help out?
So dynamic mode it has some assist right now, natural and all weather. Yeah, all 3 modes it has assist. In a race, you're just on your own. It's basically made to. It kind of reminds me of the AP1 S2K where it is all you, and we're gonna just keep going straight.
Okay.
And it really just comes down to driver skill.
Right.
And right now I just don't. I'm not comfortable enough with the car to kind of really start pushing it.
Exactly.
With everything off.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just cruising along the streets now, guys. I'm just driving about like 50 miles an hour, just going daily driving. It's actually pretty comfortable. It's not too stiff. And we're in like, what mode is it? Automatic?
Yeah, this is the automatic mode.
Yeah, it's fairly, comfortable actually.
Yeah, so in dynamic mode, it holds the revs higher too. So it'll give you it'll let you rev out a little bit more.
Right.
Where in the dynamic or natural and all weather, it'll shift at like 25 to 3,000 RPM to give you the better fuel economy as well. So
okay. Nice.
And the one thing we didn't talk about is the fuel economy on this. It gets you I'm getting about 32 miles to the gallon on the freeway and about 26 in the city.
Okay.
And that's kind of medium to kind of heavy traffic.
Yeah.
And so I think that's pretty good for, you know, a performance sports car, and I'm not driving it.
Right.
In any kind of eco modes or anything. So.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, and I noticed that the touchscreen, I mean your audio dash was like, I think it's made from Alpine, isn't it?
Yeah. So this one is it looks like something that comes aftermarket, but it has some cool features to it.
And it's like weight reduction too. You know, I think it's so light in here.
Yeah, and then it actually has an extra port in the back that you can hook up a backup camera to.
Oh, okay.
Even though that's something that Alpha doesn't do it for you.
Right.
But in the future, I'm planning on maybe putting a backup camera on here, and then you can use the screen right here.
That's awesome. And I think everything is so similar to the S1000. Everything is like within reach. You know, you don't have to like lean forward or lean back, lean over. Everything is all here. It's very driver oriented.
Yeah, if you're an S2K driver, this is basically being home.
This is like an equivalent of like buying 10 S2Ks.
No, but I think overall layout of it, I think the main methodology of having a driver-focused car is there, because the S2K back in when it was first introduced, that was what it was doing. It really wasn't. You didn't get an S2K for practical reasons.
Yeah,
you got it because you love to drive. Yeah.
What do you like most about your interior?
I really like the carbon fiber pieces. It really makes you feel like you're sitting in a very it makes it kind of more of an occasion. You're sitting in a car that gives you that flair that you don't really get in other cars.
Right. So what I started talking about is like when you open the doors or the cars, like you can see the carbon fiber layout, like it's there. So because the structure of a car is like carbon fiber.
Yeah. So the doors are aluminum, and then the body of the car is the carbon fiber monocoque, which goes into the engine bay. So when you open up the rear hatch where the engine is, you can see the exposed carbon fiber, and the rear subframe mounted to the carbon fiber body. Yeah.
Interesting. And you also hardwired your radar.
I did. Sometimes you get a little carried away with how much fun you're having. That you need to have that. Remind you.
What model is this, by the way?
This is the Escort. I want to say 300. I don't remember. It's been a few months. But actually, we're gonna make a left. We'll take a more of out in the boonies, and we'll come back.
I need a turbo car now. Oh my gosh. You guys think I should turbo my S1000?
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
I'm gonna open up an account for a donation. Oh, turbo. My dad's 900S, which I'll be reviewing later on. It's also a turbo, but oh man, I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
This is just like galaxy.
Yeah, back to actually the old school, old days. Oh man, you used to have a white one too, right? The soft, yeah.
It was a 900 to 900S convertible turbo. Oh man, this car is so much fun. It feels like in turbo cars you're making a lot more power than what's listed on the actual what you're putting down.
Right, because you don't have to rev out the car to get that torque.
Yeah, it's like
instant, so you can achieve that max torque at a way lower RPM that you use when you're daily driving it, so it feels like it's a lot more powerful than really. With the S2K, you really have to mean it, and you have to be in those higher gears and maintain that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Living in this area, so many back roads, so many, like open roads where you can actually push it or like have more fun in it versus like in the city. I mean, I don't think driving this car every day in the city, stop and go traffic, it's a pain.
Yeah, I would think it would get tiring pretty fast. Yeah.
Do you recommend having a daily driver, or like a beater?
Yeah. Actually, I drive a Fiesta ST, a 2016,
Oh, okay.
and ideally that, and I love that car as well. It's actually kind of what turned me into the 4-cylinder turbos and the 1.7 liters, and how much fun you can have.
Yeah.
And still be economical.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man, I wish everybody had a chance to drive an Alfa Romeo, like, seriously. I mean, this is close to driving a supercar. It's okay in Sacramento.
Well, the cool thing about it is as the car warms up, the exhaust gets louder, and yeah, it's really immenses you in the driving experience, and you really do feel like you are driving and you have to be driving.
Right,
you can't be doing other things because it does command all of your attention. Yeah.
That's true, that's very true. Alright, I should be talking more, guys, but I'm just having too much fun. What's the wheel layout on this car? Like are you running like 255, 265?
So I think the front. So it's interesting that the front wheels are 18 inches and the rears are 19.
Oh, so they staggered.
Yeah, they staggered it. And I think the front is 205 from factory. It's running on P0s.
Oh, okay.
And the rears are I want to say 245s.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 255s.
Yeah.
One of those.
Right.
And it's on 19 inch in the rear and 18 in the front. Yeah. But maybe later on, I mean, I want a little bit more.
More width?
Yeah, more width. And maybe looking at some Athens 2s.
Okay.
Getting some more width, maybe 9 inches in the front and 10 in the rear, because I have that room.
Yeah.
And one thing I did look at is I went on Tire Rack and looked at all the tire options I had, and there are not very many track oriented tires for the stock size. So even though the car looks really amazing and I really love the wheels that come with it, you're kind of limited on the track tires on this thing.
Right. Gotcha.
But I'm sure it's doable though. I'm sure people out there are doing it.
Yeah, you gotta love these back roads though. I've lived here for like 20 something years and I never knew that all these roads existed. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of nice area. It kind of gives you a more sweeping turn.
Yeah. What's the speed limit?
I think 55.
So fast.
The other thing about this car is you don't realize is it has some really big blind spots that you have to kind of watch out for because
I think this is worse than like S2000.
Yeah, because from the rear view mirror all you see is the engine, and on the side you can really hide an airport.
Right. It's like when I'm turning to the right, to the left, I can't see anything. I see nothing but like black. But would you ever get like convex mirrors on your side?
Yeah, actually, I'm thinking about it. I think real light stuff. It's a Lotus website that makes some nice mirrors for the 4C as well.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about getting those, and they're basically stick-ons, so you can convert back to stock easily, and that's one of the things that I'm looking into getting to help with the visibility.
That's cool.
Because sometimes it could be very scary if people. Because the car is very low to the ground, and if people are not paying attention, they may not see you on the road.
Right. That's so true. I mean, this car is just so, like, the different modes, I think, gives it different characteristics, different personalities. Like, if you're waking up in the morning and you're feeling like, I'm going to take it out to the Kansas, you can push it a little bit. Or you wake up and you're just like, I'm going to take this to work this morning. Either you can control the car, control what you want out of it. And I think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like high-tech enough, but not to the point where it's like overdoing when the car drives you, not you driving the car.
Right.
How do you like the audio system with this car?
It's good. It's just the car is a little bit loud, so you have to turn it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But overall, it's not too bad because the carbon fiber makes it kind of like a giant box.
Yeah.
So it does kind of give you nice acoustics.
Right.
But when you're driving, I don't even turn it on.
Yeah.
So it's usually off.
Yeah. And I think cabin noise-wise, I mean, it's not like super loud. You know, I mean, it's somewhat some cabin noise, but it's not to the point where it's like deafening.
Right.
Yeah, so
I mean, again, coming from the S2K, if you have the soft top, you do get a lot more wind noise and road noise.
So you're kind of used to it.
Yeah, and then you put on the hard top, and then you do feel the difference right away. It's like, oh my god, there's more insulation, there's more,
Right.
you know, padding between you and
That's true.
the noise. So
Right.
it's kind of giving you that, and it kind of does feel like it's loud enough, but it's similar to what I would compare it to an S2K with a hard top.
Right.
So it's very similar to that.
I mean, if you're coming from like an S1000 or like a, you know, like a Nissan or like BMW market, and you come in this car, what was like the biggest difference that you saw? Because I know you own an M3,
Right.
S2000. You've also owned Ford, Fiat, Asino.
Yeah.
How does it stack up against some of those cars?
I think to me, the one thing I really like about this car is the direct feel. The steering wheel is really, direct.
Yeah.
And the seating position, even though you're sitting in it, you really feel like you're really in the car. You're not sitting in it. Where the E92 M3 I had, you still kind of felt like you're sitting on the car, not in it. And I'm sure you can fix that with aftermarket racing seats and stuff. But from factory, this feels like, you know, nice buckets, and you really are a part of the car, where the other cars really didn't. And yeah, but the S2K kind of gives you that feel. But the one thing about the S2K is it is something that is very unique, and I think to me it is a front mid-engine layout again, because the engine is behind the front axle, and it does give you that good balance. But what I really miss about the S2K that this car really doesn't have is the 6-speed manual. The transmission is so smooth and it's so satisfying.
Yeah, the gearbox in the car is so
and it's something that you really, you know, you have to have that car to really have it. No other car can really mimic that.
But I think something that we talked about today was suspensions, but I think it's set up really nice, like factory-wise. It's been handling the turns and the bumps really well, and I mean, it's not like super stiff. It's a little more on the stiff side, but it's still, you know, like going to corners, and it's very little body roll. I don't feel any at all.
Yeah, so this one being a launch edition, it comes with a little upgraded suspension. So it has the shocks that are more race or track oriented. Yeah, and then the springs are a little bit more stiffer too. But it being the monocoque, it gives you that stability in the middle, and then you can kind of feel the subframes working with the suspension.
It is a stiff frame though.
Yeah.
Any plans on doing any modifications? So I think this car is so good already for the factory.
Yeah. I mean, the only few things I want to look at is maybe alignment, get a little bit more negative camber. Because the one thing I'm not sure if you're noticing is if the road gets bumpier, the car tends to kind of be a little bit all over the place. And I'm trying to make it a little bit more stable. So, and you can get that with a little bit more, if you put a little bit more negative camber. You'll get a car a little bit more that rides more stable.
Yeah, that is true. Like on a little bump, it's kind of like
it
off a little
it kind of has a mind of its own sometimes.
Little humps, big hills. I know this car has a lot more torque than it does horsepower. Do you feel a difference when you like driving? Like, you know, you get that more torque, the pull force.
Yeah. I mean, and you have to be kind of careful too when it's like raining and stuff, because that stuff can get you in trouble, because sometimes the throttle is a little bit more modular. Like, I don't know if you know it, but it feels a little bit more mechanical, like you're sitting and driving a video game, and sometimes you press a little too much and the torque does come in. So you have to be kind of careful in some rainy conditions or snowy conditions. I wouldn't recommend driving it in snow, by the way, but I'm sure people can do it.
Yeah, it's great. Try this. Man.
Yeah, we can probably just make a U-turn.
Maybe U-turn and go back?
Yeah. No, yeah, I really like it. It's only been just 2 months with it, but so far it's been fun. Do you want to put it in manual so you can shift?
Sure, let's try that.
Okay.
This whole time you're driving on auto.
Okay, so right now you're gonna be shifting it. So
right now?
Yeah. So this is up and that one is down. So So yeah, so now you can kind of use the pedals to
Right.
modulate the.
And you mentioned something about like not manually doing it too much, like letting it like kind of work simultaneously.
Yeah, so one of the things we were kind of looking at the forum and stuff is that letting the car shift itself down gears after the third gear, because
right.
it gets really kind of sharp and kind of gives you a jolt,
Right.
and the car does a better job of downshifting than I can.
Yeah.
Because it looks at the revs and everything. So if I'm using it in manual mode, I'll only downshift to third and then let the car go from there and put it in second and first.
Gotcha.
That way it just kind of reduces the stress on those clutches and everything.
Right.
Yeah, it makes for a more smoother driving experience too. I mean, you could switch it to 2 and 1, but it is better that way. Oh, it's my 8 right there.
Handles like rails.
Yeah, it does really feel like a go-kart.
It's like glue. Yeah, it's a really nice day today too. Super nice roads. I mean, if I had this car, I would definitely take it out on back roads and have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could daily drive this, but I wouldn't want to daily drive it either. There's one thing that I noticed I've been doing a lot, it's just like grinning. I've been smiling the whole time.
Yeah, that's
It's so fun.
good.
Can't stop grinning. Man.
That's a beautiful day.
Yeah. And this car does come with AC and a heater.
Yes, yes.
So,
it's really comfortable right now. But
I mean, as light it is, but you know, they didn't cut those two things out. So you actually can still go down and warm up.
Yeah.
Based on the seasons.
Yeah. And being in California, you gotta have AC. It gets really hot in summertime.
Man, for sure. Those of you guys that live in California, man, it gets roasting here.
Yeah.
So it gets into triple digits. It's actually a little nippy outside today too.
Yeah. But I really do like the cleaner. It's not very cluttered. There's only a few buttons, and everything is nicely done and very driver focused.
Right. Yeah, these roads it's a really good way to test your car. It's like a lot of sweeping turns up and down, a lot of hills. So you put your full suspension to the test.
Yes.
Straight.
Yeah. Actually, just go straight. Yeah. So their van just almost hit their rev limiter.
I totally forgot that it was
I was like, oh shit!
I was like, oh my gosh.
No, but the car does tell you the revs actually the counter gets yellow and then it gets red, so it tells you time to shift. But
so if I'm driving right now, if I want to downshift,
you can just
okay.
put it down.
But I shouldn't do it at a certain rate, right?
Yeah, but you can do it at third if you want to, and it'll do it.
Oh, but from third to second, no? Or?
Yeah, you could do it, but it's probably preferred not to unless you're like, because it kind of upsets the chassis too.
Yeah, got it. But now we okay downshift?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try downshift.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It rev matches like perfectly, guys. Like, when you know in a manual car, you have to like heel toe. So rev match, this car just like, you don't even feel it. It's so smooth. It's like I don't know how to explain this, but it's so smooth. This is a 6-speed, right?
Yeah, six gears. The other thing is, depending on your height, the seats are not adjustable. I mean, you can adjust the seats, but there's you have to take the bolts out and take the seat and then readjust it. So it takes some time. You could do it. There's 3 adjustments, but it's not as easy as just flicking a lever or something and adjusting the seats. But
yeah, that's what I noticed.
the seats slide back and forth, and that's about it. But everything else, you have to kind of have to fit the car a little bit.
I mean, driving is just pretty good. Like, I mean, like 9 to 3, it's pretty. I can see the road pretty clear.
Yeah.
The gauge is actually really clear. Like, it's like an LCD kind of speedometer.
Yeah.
How do you like this?
I like it. It's kind of similar to the S2K digital rep on the bar that
very
it has.
basic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't think I would want the car any lower than this because this is as low as I would want
Oh wow,
it.
yeah, right, totally. Do you put it downshift to first? Or it does it for you?
Yeah, it can do it for you, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
So now I'm in.
Yeah, you're in third, yeah.
So you don't have to necessarily like...
You don't have to, but
I
yeah,
see,
it will.
I see.
But for upshifting, you have to. Or it
Oh,
won't.
gotcha.
So, yeah.
I see. So you could just do like one-handed on one lever.
Yeah.
Do this. In race mode, you have to do both.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Race mode, everything is under your control.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we just passed the sign that says deers the next 3 miles. Hopefully no deers come out. If not. So all the deers, please stay put.
Okay. I'll put it in a race mode, just be careful. So I'm gonna hold it and then you'll see the gauge change, it'll say race.
Right. I'm not gonna push it that hard. I'll mess up your car. It's connected. Jesus.
So now you can see the
It's
traction.
off.
Yeah, the traction is off. And now Van has a G meter in front
Oh
of
my
him.
gosh.
And
Your life is in my hands, man. Man, I messed up. So in your next life, what car do you want?
you know, a Cayman GTS would be pretty nice, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, a Cayman GTS is awesome, but this car is even like 300 some pounds lighter than that.
Right.
And to me, those are pretty light cars.
Right.
But I really wish it did come with a manual because I definitely would buy it.
So one cool thing, guys, I noticed that on the gauge, when you put in the race mode, you get a G-force meter.
Yeah.
So it tells you how many G's you're experiencing. And it's like 0.8 to like 1.5, which is insane.
Yeah.
People hit that on the track.
Yes. And some of the people on the forums, I mean, they have, you can tune the car a little bit since it is a turbocharged car. You can turn up the boost on it.
Oh, wow.
So some of the cars are now, I think, closer to 300 horsepower.
Do you need to tune it, or like do you need to like get an aftermarket ECU for that, or you just have to buy it?
I think you just buy a factory ECU that you send over to the tuners and they flash it for you.
Gotcha.
So, and then you get to keep your factory one too if you want to, let's say, take it back for servicing
Right.
or whatever, I think.
And then are the internals like forked, or?
Yeah, the internals are
so they can
forked.
handle a lot of power.
Yeah. The engine can, but I don't know about the clutches. The clutches
right.
are, they are dry clutches, so they're not bathed in oil.
Oh, I see.
So it just comes down to how much friction and how much heat they can handle before the transmission overheats.
Right.
So that's something I think as you boost more and get more power out of the car, people are finding out. But from factory, it's fine, and even at 300, I think the clutches are fine.
Right.
But yeah, in the future, I think probably maybe putting a few more horsepower through. Yeah, maybe like even at least so like an air filter or something. That's very easy to do.
Right. Everything in these cars seems so premium. Like if you do one little thing, I feel like it'd be so expensive to do.
Yeah, actually no, it's not too bad. It's like the air filter is $50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not over the top or anything.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, the servicing does cost a little bit more than your normal 4-cylinders would, but
Guys, a paddle shifter is like it's very light. It's like, it feels like a video game, literally. If you're playing like on a console, like Gran Turismo or something. It's like, it feels just like that.
yeah. I may want to get some extenders on it. So so there's some companies that forge it out of aluminum, and then you can kind of extend your pedal shifters because I feel like they kind of could be a little bit longer.
Yeah. Oh, so you can, because you have like people have big hands or something.
Yeah, so they just extend out a little bit further, and then you can kind of use it easier because they are connected to the steering wheel, and when you're turning, the pedals go with it. So sometimes you're kind of looking for it as you're turning. So
Gotcha. It's a work in progress.
yeah,
Like, maybe if I see this car another year or two later, it's gonna look a lot different.
yeah. Well, hopefully the look-wise, it should be fine. But yeah, there's just a few things in there. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and the other thing is lifting the car up. You have to take some precautions because you have a carbon fiber tub, so you can't just throw it on a jack stand. You have to.
How do you jack it up? Are there points?
Yeah, there are some points that are indicated from factory that and you have to be very careful because in the front you have to jack it up where a certain carbon fiber spot is, and you don't want to damage the chassis or you can really damage the car. So it's not as easy as some of the other cars make right here.
So I'm on manual mode now. I mean automatic mode.
Yeah. So now the car will shift, yeah.
Which mode do you find yourself driving the most in?
I only drive it in manual mode.
This mode?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the only mode I'd really drive it in. But when it's like I'm stuck in traffic, I just put it in automatic because I'm not going past the first gear, so it just kind of gets very tiresome to pay attention to it. Yeah. And the car does a good job. The ECU it's fine for daily driving. It rev matches and it shifts. It makes it very smooth. So it does truly feel like a manual car.
So can you run like this? It's full synthetic. This car?
Yes.
So you can just get like there's no special oil there.
No, it's just 5W30. You can go to Walmart and buy the mobile one or whatever.
And also with your Maserati.
Yes.
Quad.
Yes.
Before you had a special kind of oil, right?
Yeah, special oil, and then it required like 10 quarts of it, 10 to 11 quarts. So it was quite a bit. And then the oil filter, you couldn't really just get it anywhere. And even for this car, you can't just go and buy oil filter out of your Pep Boys or anything. You have to go to the dealer, or you have to order it online or anything. But those are, it's a small price to pay for something.
Makes me want to move out here now. So many nice roads.
It's kind of, it feels kind of abandoned.
It's suburban, yeah. I love the turbo induction. That's so addicting. Like, oh man. I said this is my ringtone. My text message tone. What year is this?
This is 2015. 2015, yes.
How many years did Alfa Romeo put these in production?
So I think the 2015 was the first year.
Oh, okay.
So it's been in production for 2 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have they made any like revisions or any like?
No, not really. I think there's some revisions to suspension. I think the launch editions give it more aggressive camber, and then the later ones that they're launching now, the Spider and stuff, it's a little bit more positive camber.
Gotcha.
Because they want to make sure that the tires last longer than 10,000 miles. So.
That's a nice car, Sandeep.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for letting me review it.
Yeah, no problem.
Drive it.
Yeah. I'm glad you could make it out. Drive it.
Yeah. Alright guys, hey, well, thanks for tuning in. It's been my honor and a pleasure driving this awesome piece of machine. Hopefully one of these days I'll have my S1000 next to this and we can drive together.
Yeah.
But if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave a comment for me. And if you need to ask Sandeep any questions, just put in Pat. Just put his name in there. I'll put it in the description. And if he has some time, I'm sure he'll try to get back to you guys.
Yeah.
But Merry Christmas again, Happy New Year's, and I will talk to you guys soon.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Have fun.
Yeah.